Hey everybody, welcome back to Paradise on Pennies. So today I want to address the maybe long-awaited question of our health payments, health insurance, stuff like that around here. When we put information up about our budget being low, people often ask us about the health portion. At this point, our health numbers look like zero on our budget. So let me now address that. Hey, Hannah. So, okay, here's the deal. When we first started out on the road, we had to make a tough choice. And the choice was basically, we didn't think we could have health insurance if we were going to live a nomadic lifestyle and have seasonal, part-time type of work to support ourselves. So the tough decision was basically, do we forego this dream? Or do we just go for it, hope for the best, know that we got to live our life at least for some portion of the time, and yeah, take kind of the risk of not having any health insurance? And that's what we chose to do. I know it's a tough decision. I know some people would think that that was maybe too risky. Fortunately, we made it through that time without any major issues. We had a few like small things that cost us maybe like $100 or something. But it was nothing serious, and we got by. Now, was that my ideal situation? Of course not. I would have loved to have a different choice, but we don't have another choice, at least not here in the States. So that was our tough choice, and that's what we decided to do. It was a risk versus reward, and the reward was our life. So since then, we live pretty frugally, and we spend like as cheap as possible to live our life because we don't need a lot of stuff to get by. I mean, we're happy without a lot of stuff. And so we basically have taken jobs, we've taken gigs that cover those small expenses, but those gigs don't need to be anything where we make tons of money in order to pay for our lifestyle. Therefore, our income is pretty low. It's still more than our expenses, but it's pretty low. We're talking, like poverty levels types of income. Therefore, we technically qualify for health insurance assistance. So, no brainer. Why wouldn't we if we qualify? So we have since signed up for that. Kind of dumb for us to not have thought about that before, I guess. But at some point I was talking to someone and they were like, yeah, you probably qualify. And then I was like, oh, yeah, why didn't I think of that? And that's what we did. So, yeah, so we legally qualify, so there's not really an issue there. I mean, when we put our budget stuff out, we had a tremendous amount of feedback. Some good, some, I guess, borderline bad, actually, where people pretty much were, I don't know, I guess kind of offended at the fact that we live at that level and insulted at the fact that, hey, how can we do that? And we're just taking risks and we might have issues. And also we're mooching. And that part kind of hits me a little bit because we're not mooching. We pay our bills. We pay our own bills, and we've been living at a low level. So we support our own lifestyle. It's just up to us that our lifestyle is at the cheaper end. And yeah, maybe some luck, I guess, that we haven't had anything bad happen. But at the same time, it's not just luck. Our life is less stressful this way. We can be healthier. We eat a pretty strong produce-based diet, and we do a lot of hiking. And without that stress and everything, I don't have like scientific data on it, but I would hypothesize that because we live this way, that we're healthier for it, and so we don't really have a lot of issues. So things can still happen, sure, but that's basically the answer as to what our health insurance situation is, why it looks like zero right now. And again, I mean, we haven't had to use it at all. So again, replying to the people that think that we're living off of their money, this is for backup, for like big time emergency if something horrible happens. So we have something. We've never used it. I don't even know how well it would work if something did happen. It's just, why wouldn't I if I qualify in case of emergency, right? So, but we don't go in and use it all the time, so we can't even make that claim. It's not been used. So, whatever. I think it was kind of insulting, but it is what it is. And another thing is, it's kind of troubling that in a way some people get kind of hot and bothered with us about not having the health insurance and, whether or not we're being stupid or risky or moochy or whatever angle they take. My problem with that is, aren't you kind of attacking the wrong person here? Why shouldn't we be able to live our lifestyle if we live on such little means and we've given up luxuries, we've given up the ability to shower every day, we don't do laundry, we've given up a lot of things, from kids to luxuries to certain, I guess fancier meals we could be eating, everything. We don't do any of that so that we can stay within this budget, and then the few bills that we do need to get by, we cover with a job. So we shouldn't really have to give up our entire lifestyle, our entire dream and happiness and living, and have to, basically truck back to a city and work that full-time job. I've done it before. I absolutely hated it. I was miserable. I was not happy in that lifestyle. Commute to the city every day, get up, feel unhappy, be really stressed, be consuming coffees and snacks and things just to get through the day and have a headache at the end of the day, and go through all that because I can live really cheap and cover my bills, but what if? So, I'm going to give up my entire quality of life for a what if? And yes, I agree that what if is something that could happen, but isn't that really sad that people have to be put in that position in our country? That they have to choose to give all that up for a what if? They might not even have anything going on, but it's a maybe you might. And then on top of it, it's not paying for your needed bills. It's not like, well, you chose to live this way, so you had this thing happen, so you should have to pay for it. Well, it's not that clean. We know that. We know our health system isn't that cut and dry, right? Because the prices of things are inflated. So it's not just like a simple, there's a doctor, I have an issue, I go to him and I pay my bill to him, right? Because now it's more like, I have an issue, but for some reason, the medicine is 30 times the amount it should cost. That vial is $200,000. Do you want to save your life or your loved one's life? You're going to pay, right? What kind of system is that? It's a product of having a capitalistic system in our healthcare. You have people that want to make money off of it, and so I guess it's a no-brainer that it got to this point. It's extremely convoluted. My point is, as I'm ranting, the point is it's sad one way or the other, no matter what side you're on of this whole thing. Isn't it just sad that people have to be in the position to decide if they want to live their life onto a quality level or give it all up so that they can stay in this job, so that they have benefits, so that they have health insurance? And you're putting people like us in a position where it's like, wow, now I have to decide one or the other. And like I said, when we started out, we faced that and we decided, I'm going to go without. That's not our fault that we had to choose to go without. We could have made enough money to pay a bill to a doctor if we had something come along. But, if it's going to be inflated to be $500,000 for some procedure, then yeah, I guess we're not going to be able to pay that. But inflated on the lives and sadness of people caring about their loved ones, and then, they're willing to pay. So I think that's pretty pitiful. And that's kind of where we're at with the health thing. So yeah, I answered the question. I also really ranted on the health thing because it bothers the heck out of me. And I think that if people want to rip on someone for the health situation, it should be directed somewhere else, like to wherever, the system, the industry, the politicians, take it that way. But we are citizens that, pay our bills and shouldn't have to give up our lives because we want to be happy. So that is I'll leave it at that for the day. There is a way And sometimes I guess it does pay to just be simpler. And that's what we've chosen here. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening to my views on that. We can have a healthy conversation about it here if you'd like. But I will see you guys in the near future. Bye. Thanks.